Second unit, forward unit. Uh, it talks about hardware design, what sort of care we have to think about, and what kind of test procedures we may follow. Okay. Do remember that the electronic product design for final year is a procedural subject. What kind of procedures you have to follow? It is not a subject like electronic system design you studied in third year, okay, where you actually design a system, an electronic system. This is a more over managerial and how your team should work, how you should form the team, and everything like that. A managerial subject, electronic product design. Sorry. So if you think about the second unit, okay, it says that okay, we have to think about the hardware design and testing methods. Okay? And it really hardly talks about the hardware design. It hardly talks about the currents and voltages flowing here and there. Okay. And but moreover it talks about the system level design, how you can break out your system into different parts, and what kind of models you can have for your design so that your respective teams can work efficiently. Okay, that is moreover and once again managerial aspect for this unit number 2. And similarly, this aspect will be presented in unit number 3 as well, where we are going to see software design and their testing methods. Sorry. Okay, so let us go through the contents. Very interesting and straightforward. One can one can really finish up your unit number 2 on this slide itself. Take one point, explain the point, take another point, explain the point, take another point, explain the point, and so on. And there is nothing much about these points when we think about the theory aspect. Okay, but if we think about the case study, okay, we are not going to discuss the case study today, probably later on, but about the design process, you know it, am I right? What are different steps in the design process? You have written, you have seen the unit number 1 notes. Then what are the requirements of the user? Then depending upon the requirements, we have to formulate the specifications. Okay, requirement to आ गया user का. I want to have very crystal clear display on mobile handset. So whether you want to go for IPS or retina display, this becomes the specification. Okay, so after design formulating the specification, design the specification. Okay, let us go for the retina display. Do we have a driver? Do we have some sort of system which can interface with the retina display? Design specification. Okay, so there is always a gap between the specification and the requirements. I can say that requirements are kind of vague terms or vague demands from the user, but specifications do have more concrete numbers. Resolution उसका number है, interfacing किसके साथ करना है, you do have that particular hardware, what kind of drivers we have to write down, so we do have that particular software. So these become specification. So depending upon the, I will say the functionality, depending upon the what I will say that uh, task being handled by the hardware, we can partition our system. Okay, partitioning is very important. We usually we partition analog and digital circuit parts. Okay, एनालॉग पार्ट हमेशा अलग पीसीबी पे होता है और डिजिटल पार्ट हमेशा अलग पीसीबी पे होता है. Okay, and in the digital itself we once more make some sort of partitioning कि भाई ADC का block, DAC का block, filters, this is a signal conditioning block. We do have microprocessors, we have DSP processors, then we have some sort of memory associated with it. Okay, so processing और memory का अलग part हो गया. Okay, then later on we do have display drivers. We do have some sort of another drivers which are playing role into that. So we do partition everything. We group everything together. The parts which needs to be closely coupled, जो टाइम क्रिटिकल पार्ट्स हैं उनको साथ साथ में रखो, जिनका फंक्शनल सेम सेम है, सिमिलर है, उनको साथ साथ में रखो. ओके. So functional design once again talks about the partitioning of the system depending upon the function and what sort of functions can be there. We will discuss over there. Then architectural design. Okay. Then functional model versus architectural model. What sort of different models are available and uh, which aspects we need to take care of while designing our system level model. We are talking about the system level model. ये देखना है. ये पूरा जो पार्ट है, दिस इज अ डिजाइनिंग पार्ट. ओके. एंड यहाँ पे है आपका प्रोटोटाइपिंग एंड टेस्टिंग का पार्ट. ओके. प्रोटोटाइपिंग करते समय आपको किस चीज का ध्यान रखना है, कौन कौन सी चीजें आपको इनकॉर्पोरेट करनी है आपके प्रोटोटाइप में. ओके. what are different performance and efficiency measures of these kind of prototypes. So we need to formulate a test plan for the prototypes we have prepared. For that purpose, we need to write down the specifications for the users so that will help you, that will help user. That is a kind of documentation. Okay. Then we have to write down the test procedure and test cases. This is a new term over here, egoless design. जैसे I told in the first lecture, egoless design is a testing procedure. Okay, egoless design is a kind of testing procedure where non-related user is going to test the design. जैसे मैंने example दिया था, monkey is used to test the GUI of touch screen interfaces. So people which are not part of, to remember that the people which are not part of design team and your testing team are going to test your design. And whenever we do provide this kind of provision in our design, it is called as egoless. कि भाई जो यूजर है, जो टेस्ट करने वाला है, वो क्या कह रहा है कि भाई मुझे तो कुछ पता ही नहीं है कि दिस हैज टू बी वर्क इन दिस वे ओनली और दैट वे ओनली. I don't have any ego, I don't have any issues. Whatever comes in front of me, I will report it to you. I don't have ego. Okay, I am a egoless design tester. Then design reviews. We always do have lots of iterations through the alpha and beta releases of the system. Then what sort of testing procedure we can follow? Black box test, white box test, and gray box test. A black box test is a kind of egoless testing. Okay, egoless design because user don't know anything inside the system. White box user और टेस्टिंग इंजीनियर नोज एवरीथिंग इनसाइड द सिस्टम कि क्या चल रहा है, कैसे चल रहा है, कौन सा सिग्नल कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है, कौन से वेरिएबल्स रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं, एवरीथिंग. एंड ग्रे, थोड़ा है, थोड़े की जरूरत है, थोड़ा सा पता है, थोड़ा सा नहीं पता, दैट इज अ ग्रे बॉक्स टेस्टिंग. ओके. सो दिस इज अ सिलेबस एंड even if I ask you to write down something on each and every point, you will be definitely for sure at least can write down about 10 pages on all these points. Okay. And that's what I said ki EPD in another view is a summarization of your understanding from semester 1 to the last semester 6. Okay. So life cycle models in through which life cycles product design undergo. We do have different models for that, and we are going to see only one model, that is waterfall model, that is top bottom approach. Right? But during the life cycle, what is the procedure? What points we think about? First point says that find out the customer wants. What customer wants. Okay. कस्टमर को क्या चाहिए, उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है वो पहले जॉट डाउन करो। अगर उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, नीड कर नहीं है, एंड इफ यू आर डिजाइनिंग द गूगल ग्लासेस दैट विल बी अ फेल्यूर। देन थिंक ऑफ अ वे टू गिव देम व्हाट दे वांट। ओके, किस तरीके से आप देख सकते हो, वे you want to have a communication device, whether you want to give it in a Apple way or you want to give it in a Micromax way. Think about a way. Prove what you have done by building and testing it. जो भी बनाया है आपने, ओके, उसको बिल्ड किया है, उसको टेस्ट किया है. You do have lots of testing procedure in the Android mobile handset, starting from the hardware going up to the end user. Okay, then build a lot of the product to prove that it wasn't an accident. Okay, it is not an accident to have a successful product or fantastic product. You have to build a systematic approach. Okay, so that there will be a repetition of success, there will be a repetition of your product development. Then use the product to solve customers problem. Okay, one best product which I think about is a Google Maps. We use this product to solve our problem. Okay, this is a product, not an electronic product, but it is a software product, but still it is a product. Okay, use the product to solve the customer's problem. As long as you don't solve the customer problems, your product will be a kind of luxury product which customers probably won't require. If customers do have problem, then and then only they are going to purchase your product. Otherwise, no. So what kind of models we do have? One model we are going to look at is a waterfall model. A top bottom, top to down, what you say, top down approach. Okay, top down approach. फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? स्पेसिफिकेशन डिसाइड करो. ओके, स्पेसिफिकेशन को रिव्यू करो, रिवाइज करो, करते रहो until unless you get into the constructive numbers, concrete numbers of the specification कि मुझे इतना ही वोल्टेज चाहिए, उतना ही करंट चाहिए. Second step, okay, so we have decided a specification, go for the preliminary design. Okay, sometimes it happens that we are not able to meet the current and voltage requirements, or probably we are facing difficulties in the resolution part of ADC and DAC. Then we have to once again review and revise the procedure and specification part. Then third one is detailed design. Okay, detailed design means we are going to actually do your circuit design starting from op amps, resistors, capacitors, inductors, your processor, controllers, level shifters, everything, detailed design. And the fourth step is your implementation. Now you want to move from the simulation part. ये जो सब कुछ किया ये सिमुलेशन पे किया, जैसे आपने मल्टी सिम पे सर्किट्स बनाए थे. Then we moved from the simulation part to the implementation part, actual system level implementation or actual onto the board. And every time we do have review and revise, review and revise, review and revise, and at the end we will have the final, I will say that, product. Okay, every time we need to undergo through the iteration part. भाई review करो, if required revise करो, a straightforward waterfall model. Then design process. What we do have design process. First, requirement definition को formulate करो. Second, system specifications decide करो. Then third, functional design उसको prepare करो कि कौन कौन से functions आपके product में होने चाहिए. Depending on those functions, prepare architectural design, and at the last, do have prototyping. Okay, so each and every point has to be studied. Okay, and what kind of aspects, what kind of uh, views has to be expressed while undergoing different points, so that your design team will have maximum concurrency, maximum efficiency. There will be no mismatch in between the specifications. Okay, what do you mean by mismatch in specifications? There is a very fantastic case study of an orbiter sent by US to the Mars, okay, which apparently failed due to uh, what I will say that specification mismatch. Okay, when US sent its orbiter to the Mars, it traveled all a long way from Earth to the Mars, and it was a successful journey going up to the Mars, but it failed while landing on the Mars surface. Problem, what we have problem over there was specification mismatch. And what was the specification mismatch? You will be surprised to know the Mars orbiter, which was about to land on the Mars surface, was sending the units in terms of metric units. But whereas, do remember that, whereas the computers which were present on Earth were processing the units using imperial units. मतलब वो SI यूनिट्स वगैरह होता है ना आपका, उस टाइप का वहां से सेंड हो रहा है मेट्रिक यूनिट वहां से, और यहाँ पे प्रोसेस हो रहा है कंसिडरिंग दोज मेट्रिक यूनिट्स एज imperial units. So there was a huge specification gap, mismatch in between the designing. And otherwise you will think about, okay, सिर्फ metric को imperial में तो convert करना था. But they didn't know about it, that Mars orbiter is sending the specifications in terms of your metric units, and they are processing those metric units considering if those are imperial units, and the whole mission was a failure. So it is very important to have the coordination between the two different design teams, and your specifications must match. Okay, identifying the requirements क्या क्या है, and this is why we have to go through the text, because we cannot draw these beautiful diagrams without reading them. Identifying the requirements, कौन कौन सी requirements हो सकती है? So interface between customer and design process. Okay, you do have a customer and you do have your design team. This requirement definition plays a role as an interface in between the customer and the design team. अगर इन्होंने सही सही डिजाइन स्पेसिफिकेशंस या डिजाइन requirements put up nahi kiye, okay, so there was a kind of memes, uh, what user wants a rocket, okay, what user thinks about a rocket, and what design team gives is like we do have a tree and design team gives a swing. Okay, user want to go a very high level, but design team gives a swing which goes here and there, goes to and fro. This was a kind of meme, cartoon meme. I don't have. I will show you next time if I find it on the net. But this meme, this kind of design specification gap has to be filled by the requirement definition, by putting proper requirement definitions. Okay. Then we have to analyze the system environment, in which kind of environment it is going to play its role. You have to think about environments, each and every aspect, vibration, shock, and all the stuff from the unit number 1. Then inputs and outputs identification. We do have the environment, we do have the system, and we have to observe what kind of inputs and outputs are going to play a role in between the two as an interface. So we do have lots of sensors. We do process their data. We provide the process data outcome, okay, to the environment. Okay. So environment in terms of inputs, those might be sensors. Outputs to the environment, those might be some sort of displays, those might be some sort of actuators. Okay. You can think about a mechatronic system. So you have to think about both aspects, environment as well as system. Okay. In formulating the specifications, very interesting. Requirements are based on what user wants. System design specification are based on how we can deliver those requirements. Okay, requirements are in less formal terms. मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे वो चाहिए. Okay, but specification have your finite numbers, concrete numbers, then tolerances and constraints. We have to think about the environment and the system, and inside the system we need to think about three different views. That is your functional view, then operational view and technology view. Okay, for a moment please. Okay, sorry. So we do have our environment where we are going to write down the functional description, what sort of function we expect from the system. And inside the system, we break out our specifications in functional specification, operational specification, and technological specification. Moreover, here we talk about the hardware, we talk about the platforms, software built platforms. Okay, functional specification, we talk about the algorithms. Okay, operational, once again algorithms and interfaces. We do have different aspects of the system itself. Okay, when we think about the functional specification or functional view, this defines the system's internal functions and relationship between the functions. Okay, whenever we say that operational view, then it captures and expresses the behavior of those functions, how those are going to perform, though how those are going to get executed. Okay, how those tasks will be defined and how those tasks will be synchronized. Whereas when we talk about the technological functions or technological view, it formulates a hardware and software solution to the problem, identifies the components comprising the solution, find the implementation of the functional behavior on the hardware that is consistent with the identified constraint, the identified design specifications. So that is very important. In design specifications, let us go with the design specification. It must specify the system's public interface. Okay, from inside the system. क्या करने वाले हैं डिजाइन स्पेसिफिकेशन कि भाई वो इंटरफेस प्रोवाइड करने वाले हैं. इट मस्ट स्पेसिफाई हाउ वेल द रिक्वायरमेंट्स डिफाइंड फॉर and by the public interface are to be made by the internal functions of the system. पूरी इंटरफेस की बात आ रही है. What sort of interface? We are not necessarily saying that GUI, we are not necessarily saying that touch screens, but interfaces are capturing the data and provide the processed outcome. Okay, then to have this kind of data processing, we need to have various tasks which are going to run inside the system, and we have to think about the interrelationships between all these various tasks and various constraints to be considered while designing the task. Okay, we have to think about the responsibilities and activities which are going to be handled by the various processes inside your system. We can define those processes depending on functional as well as operational specification of those tasks. Also, we can define them on the basis of technological and other specification as well. How? Sometimes we have to think about geographical constraints. Okay, then we have to think about characterizations of and constraints on interface signals, whether you are using the analog signals, digital signals, or clock signals, or you are playing with the megahertz and gigahertz range frequency signals. You have to think about it. Then user interface requirements, what kind of interface, what kind of feedback, what kind of indications user wants, then temporal consideration, then electrical infrastructure considerations, and safety and reliability. Okay. So whenever we say about temporal consideration, the system may have hard or soft real-time constraints imposed. Okay. Very time critical issues we have to consider. The constraints may specify delays on the signal originating from the external entities, responses to the system outputs by external entities, and internal system delays. मतलब बाहर से सेंसर से डेटा आ रहा है, कितना डिले लग रहा है, दैट डेटा इज गोइंग टू प्रोसेस इनसाइड द सिस्टम, कितना टाइम लग रहा है, वो बाहर आउट एज एन आउटपुट देने के बाद आपकी जो एक्सटर्नल डिवाइसेस है वो रिस्पॉन्स कितने टाइम में दे रहे हैं. ओके. And internal system delays. We have to think about this temporal considerations. Okay. Extremely sorry. It's a heavy day. Then electrical infrastructure considerations. Electrical characterizations of internal signals and behavior always considers very different aspects like power consumptions, supplies, power supplies, then tolerance to degraded power, then characterization of signal levels, what is the timing issues and frequencies, etc. When we talk about safety and reliability, so while designing the safety, security and reliability requirements of the system, we have to focus on high level objectives of each and on the strategy of achieving those goals. Okay. Safety considerations karne hai to we have to think about safety guidelines, rules and regulations under the governing agencies. If we are thinking about the securities, then we have to think about potential vulnerabilities, then potential pre as well as post attack defense strategies, moreover going towards the software design part. Then with respect to reliability, we can specify the system uptime goals, जब चालू है उसके goals क्या क्या होने चाहिए, then potential risk, failure and failure modes, क्या हो सकता है क्या नहीं हो सकता है अगर सिस्टम फेल हुई तो, what kind of remedies we do have, and what kind of management strategy we are going to provide. Everything comes under the design specifications and everything do have a concrete structure. Then what is the difference in between the specification and requirements? You can observe carefully over here, and which is a kind of straightforward requirements. Okay. Requirements give a description of something wanted or needed. क्या चाहिए उसका description है, theoretical जैसे. They are a set of needed properties. Requirements. They never talk about numbers. They usually talk about the feel factor. They usually talk about what user wants. But whereas specification, okay, specification is a description of some entity that has or implements those properties. Okay, what user wants? User wants, uh, I will say that uh, analog signal must be broadcasted. Let us say not really analog, I will say voice. Voice must be broadcasted on speaker. This is the user requirement. This is a description of the requirement. So what you will think? You will have your mic system. Mic का spelling क्या है? M-I-C-K something. Okay, then we will have ADC. Then we will have level shifters. Okay. Then we have amplifiers. Okay. And then we have our speakers. So this becomes the specification. Okay. So requirement do have moreover description what is required, and specification is more constructive. These all are different entities. माइक कौन सा लेना है, गोल्ड प्लेटेड वायर का लेना है या एल्यूमिनियम का भी चल जाएगा, एडीसी कौन सा लेना है, 8 बिट का लेना है 12 बिट का लेना है. जैसे LG का कोई मॉडल था, आई गेस G4 और G5 समथिंग वाज दैट, they were emphasizing on their ADC and DAC. We do have 16-bit ADC and DAC. अरे क्या लेना देना है नॉर्मल यूजर को? But the people who are playing with lots of acoustic, playing with music composition, that for them this 16-bit is a very fantastic specification. Okay, what I said, specification, it is a specification. So there is always a gap in between the specification and requirements, and we have to think very carefully while designing the specification from obtained requirements. Okay, we will start with the system partitioning. Let us go. Okay, fine. So we have to partition the system. Why? Because our teams are always partitioned. एक टीम सॉफ्टवेयर की होती है, उसमें भी आपके सब टीम्स होते हैं. एक टीम हार्डवेयर की होती है, उसमें आपकी सब टीम्स होती है. Everyone do have different teams working on different aspects. हार्डवेयर में एक टीम एडीसी पे काम करेगी, एक टीम माइक्रो प्रोसेसर पे काम करेगी, एक टीम सिग्नल प्रोसेसर पे काम करेगी. ओके, so you do have always different types of teams. So system has to be partitioned so that your what I will say, that specification gap will be no more exist. So what we will do for partitioning the system, what we have, so we do have different constraints, different aspects, I will say, aspects to be considered while doing system partitioning. First one is divide system into blocks or different modules. Second, each module should solve one well defined piece of problem. जो भी आपका requirement आया था ना, every module must solve at least one problem. At least one problem. जैसे अगर आप एंटीना डिजाइन कर रहे हो तो it has to solve the reception quality का problem. Am I right? एंटीना के साथ साथ आपको कूलिंग आर्किटेक्चर भी डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा. Cooling architecture, क्योंकि we know that the area near the antenna always gets hit up, so you have to think about the cooling architecture as well. Then third one is detailing of IO of each module. हर एक का input output क्या होगा उसके बारे में सोचना है, because if we do have lots of modules inside our system, they will have some sort of outputs and inputs everywhere. Sometimes we will have some feedbacks. Okay, so you have to think about the inputs and outputs of each module in turn, which are going to play a very important role while designing the electrical characteristics of the signals. The next is proper partitioning provides ease to maintain the product throughout the life cycle. Maintaining the product मतलब क्या, interfaces maintain करने में बहुत आसानी होती है. Not always the cases we are talking about the signals. Sometimes we talk about the shared variables as well. Software part. Okay, shared variable, global variables. We always think about it global. Then like things kept together reduces error. Okay, जो सेम सिमिलर चीजें हैं उनको साथ में रखो. टाइम क्रिटिकल जो है, जिनका सिंक्रोनाइजेशन बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, उनको साथ में रखो. जो एनालॉग पार्ट है उसको साथ में रखो, जो डिजिटल पार्ट है उसको साथ में रखो. ग्राउंडिंग एनालॉग और डिजिटल का सेपरेट रखो, लेकिन सारे डिजिटल पार्ट्स का सेम, सारे एनालॉग पार्ट्स का सेम. लाइक थिंग्स केप टुगेदर. सिक्स्थ, partitioning also helps in meeting economic goals of the system. ये economic goals of the system मतलब क्या, signals के बारे में है, not the cost. Okay, signals. And yes, probably they also talk about the money as well, because if we do have a proper signal integrity, very big term over here, signal integrity, so it affects everything. Our coupling, our shielding, our enclosures, we may reduce our costing due for those kind of preventive and security measures for our hardware. Okay, so partitioning always plays very important role, which सिंक्रोनाइज योर ऑल टीम्स, सारी टीम्स को आपकी वो सिंक्रोनाइज कर देता है. So that's all for today's session, and in next session we will go with the next part, that is your functional model versus architectural view and the prototyping. Okay. That's all for today's session. Do anyone have any doubt? Let us have quick attendance. Achal,
Yes, sir.
Akshay,
Yes, sir.